Hi everyone! Today is all about using the collections feature on Spoonflower that you can use to purchase several sample prints all on one yard of fabric that will save you money over buying several fat quarters or the 8-inch samples. It is also great for making a cheater quilt, which is what I'm going to show you now. And I'm already logged in, so I'm going to click on my little avatar up here. I'm going to go to collections, and this is going to show all the collections that I've created. When I create collections, and you can do it any way that you want, is that I've got them in, so I've got diamonds, orange slices, I've got ones that are red and white, and mocha mousse geometry. The mocha mousse was a challenge that I entered. Magenta dreams, I like the magenta color, so I made one for that. Abstract tropical block print. This also was one that was in challenge. And then you can do things like I've got one for Valentine's Day. Ones that are just geometric I've done, and if you notice, this is locked to the public, so this one is not visible to anybody but by me. I've got some Halloween ones here. So I'm going to show you how to add designs to a collection. I'm going to start with creating a new collection. You do have to have the collection created first. So to create a new collection, just go over to where it says create a new collection and click on it. It'll pop up. You'll want to give it a new name, and I want to give it for recording collection, just so I know this is what I've used for showing you how to do this. And you can put a description or not. I'm not going to put a description in that for today. And then I'm going to hit create. Also, you'll notice that it's locked, so that means that it is closed to anybody else. It's only visible to me, or if you're doing this for yourself, or to you. To fix that, you just click back on that. You edit it. To do that, edit it, and then you can click on this. Oh, you have to add at least 5 designs in order to make this collection public. That is new, because I have collections down here, have 2 designs, and it is public. So what I want to do is go to my design library then. Go to my design library, and I can do it in this to add designs from this view, which is the list view. I can go through, and you can see here some of my diamonds have diamond collection. This one doesn't have a collection. Let's add this, and I can scroll down through all of my collections I have. Or I can type in the R, and it'll take me to where all the R collections are. So let's put in the recording collection, and let's choose this one. Let's do the same thing. Click the R, recording collection. This one doesn't have a collection. R, recording collection. Okay, and then they're just added. They're automatically added when you do that. Now I'm going to look what it looks like in other views to add it. I'll just do this one because I like to look at this, because you get a little bit bigger image thumbnail for what you're looking for. So here's the one that we put in there. It has it there. This one. No, it's this one, recording collection. Let's go ahead and add this one. And you can add it to more than one collection. So if I also wanted to add it to another one, there's a blue. I have a blue, so I can add that one to the blue. Now they're all added. Now if I go back up, back to my collections, and here they are. I can click on it to look at the collection. I can start designing, but I'm going to show you that in another collection that I have. Go back. I want to edit it. I still only have, it still says I need to make 5. It didn't used to be that way. You used to be able to make less than that. So, and I can, let's see, go back out of there. Can also favorite it if you want to favorite a collection, so you can find favorites. You can do that. So now let's go back to the design library. It should pop up with the bigger ones. Okay, so let's add recording collection. Okay, go back to collections, edit, and now I can make this collection visible to the public, and I can update. Since this is just for recording purposes, I'm going to go ahead and take that back off. Update it. Now it's back to private. And the little lock is back on. So what I want to show you about collections that makes having collections unique. Also, you do not have to do... So the other thing you can do, I've done these for my design library. That was to make my collection so I can have a collection of fabric. Right? So, but what if What if you're not a designer, but you just want to create collections? Or maybe you're a designer that wants to add stuff to some of the fabrics you already have. So you can go out, let's do shot by color. Let's do blues, and then I get to choose all kinds of blues. This is so neat that they do this. Let's go into navy and say I want to add this to a collection. I have to click on it first. I can save to a collection. Here I can create a new collection. So if I want to do patriotic, I can create, because I like these stars. These are really cool, right? And I can add them to any other collections I already have, but I don't want to do that right now because I want all of my one collections to be the ones that I've designed. If we go back out, I can do more colors. These ones are kind of cool. Also we could do baseballs. Add this to collection. Go into the patriotics. We got a little red, white, and blue in there. Okay. So now maybe we want to search for, wait, these red stripes. Save that to collection. The patriotic. Red, white, and blue. This one's kind of cool. Let's add this to collection. Now we go see all collections. Here's an easy way to get to a collection. It didn't pop up at the top, so we can go in here and we can see patriotic. And now we've got these. And you can go back and forth and add fabrics that you want to, and then you can make a fill a yard collection. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go to one of my other ones. So I'm going to go back to my collections because I have created a fabric that I want to share with you from this. And this is the diamonds. I've done lots of diamonds in here. Most of these are to go together. My red, white, and blue one, that's sort of an odd one, so I wouldn't do anything with that. So on this, you'll notice it says want to use collection for fill a yard project, learn more. You can get more information by clicking on this. It'll take you through the information that you need if you want to do that with all the different template options. So you can learn more about how to do the different ones. I'll show you a couple and then I'll get into making a cheater cloth quilt. So I'm going to click Start Designing. And I'm going to do, let's go to vertical split 1 yard. So you get one design on one side and one design on the other. You got to select a fabric and you can select almost any type here. These are good for maybe doing like a scarf or something. So let's do something let's do a satin. Design our project. And then within the collection, and this is why you want to make sure you have everything in the collection that you're thinking about putting together. We're going to do, let's do the purple. You got to click on the design first, then click where you want it to go. And then we'll click on the blue. Click on the other side. And because these are the same dimensions of fabric with the same repeat, they are going to blend together pretty much perfectly. And then again, you don't have to keep it when you get your fabric. You don't have to keep it together to make one whole thing. You can split this apart and you have some purple for a project and you have some blue for a project. So that way you don't have to buy one whole yard of the purple and you don't have to buy one whole yard of the blue. This is how you can get half yards. And then you can add it to the cart if you want to purchase it. We're not going to do that right now. I'm going to go back. So that's the easy to print one. What we're going to do is you can, they do have ones where you can do 2 yards, but I'm just going to do the 1 yard to make a little cheat. See, it says great for a cheater quilt. That's what we're going to do. On this one, you only get 2 options for fabric, either the cotton poplin or the petal signature cotton, which is what we're going to do. Click design your project and you get all these squares here. And I'm going to start, I've already done this beforehand, so I'm going to have to redo it for the video here. And I'm going to see where, and you just click on your one and you click where you want it. And I'm treating this, each one of these squares, as if it's like, as if I've cut out squares and now I'm stitching them together in a quilt. But I'm just laying them on the fabric so they'll print this way. Let's go to the blue. Oops, that's not where I wanted it. Let's actually go back to the, let's go to the purple. I'm looking at a graph I have off to my side, so when I get my fabric in, when it finally gets here, I can show you what it looks like and see what happens with it, and then I'm going to make it into a little quilt. Okay, let's go back to the blue now. And again, you saw me up there, but if I accidentally do 2 here, all I got to do is choose something else and put that color there. So actually that color should be pink according to my graph, and I just click all over on top of it and it replaces it with the correct one. I have 2 down here. Let's go back to the blue so I can finish that up. I'm going through this really fast, and you can play with it. It's a really cool thing to just kind of go through and make your own little patchwork quilt. You can, I did it with the same print so they're all can blend together, but you can do it with whatever you want. If you wanted to do like different prints in between, Spoonflower also has some solid colors that people have up, so you could choose the solid colors to fit in between. I like to take the ones I've designed, which I've used the whole color palette so that I know that like a red that is red in one design is the same red in as another. So that's one thing about designing your own. You make sure that the colors match exactly as you had designed them. Whereas if you get other fabrics out on the marketplace, your reds may not be as complementary as they may look on your screen. So you do have to worry about that. So basically when you get to this part, all you do is you add it to the cart. It says, thank you, we're creating your order. And then you can view the cart. So basically that's it. So all you've got to do is go make your collections. Again, we can go back to shopping. So we've decided we're going to, I'll remove that from my cart later. And you can go back to your collections and do items again. Anyway, that's how to make basically a cheater quilt. Now that you know how, go give it a try. Remember, you can use this feature to test out samples of designs on a yard instead of buying individual fat quarters or 8-inch samples. In my next video, I'm going to show you the cheater quilt fabric when I get it in and make it into a small quilt that can be used for decor or used as a child's quilt. See you next time.